Hi, I'm Noel, a coach and psychotherapist. Welcome to my YouTube channel. While you're here, do subscribe. There's a button at the bottom. I think I put it in the bottom right hand corner as you're watching. And if you're watching this on my blog on the website, there's a blue link above where you can enter your email details. If you click on it, a pop-up window comes and I'll ping these blogs to you on a regular basis as I write them. This one is about an increasing phenomenon. I suppose it's always been with us, but this blurring of lines between friend and colleague. I guess you know that it's not something to be encouraged, really. There are many reasons for that. I think from one perspective, because friends are great things to have, and it's nice to have them separate from work. For me, I don't know about for you, but I turn to them for very personal things. We've shared a lot of important things together. I don't know that I'd want to see them at work too much. I quite like having them in a separate time and space. Similarly with colleagues, I'm not always friends with colleagues. Some of them I actively don't like, but we have a job to do, so we get on with it. A colleague I may actually never have met, to be honest. You know, some of my colleagues, we collaborate via email and that's it. I don't really expect to see them. I may have a conference call with them every now and then, but that's about as close as we get. There may be somewhere else on the other side of the world. I'm not expecting to see them. So there are certain time and space boundaries that exist. But what about where they don't exist and where people in the office do socialise after work? Sometimes that happens, quite a lot that happens. And then with this sort of move into the collaborative economy and community-based marketing, social media is very big these days for a lot of business. And there the lines start to become even more blurred. I think as a manager and executive, you need to have some clear boundaries about that yourself. But also you're managing people and being able to give them some clear direction on these types of issues is very helpful. So on the underneath the video and on the blog itself, I've just listed a few characteristics of friend and then a few characteristics of colleague. It's a nice, simple, handy checklist. What I've found when I'm managing people, when I'm coaching people, is that keeping it simple in that way is very helpful, because you can just give people a checklist, and if they're transgressing, so I won't go into that list, you can read it for yourself. But it is things like at work we are task oriented, there's a hierarchy, there are time and place boundaries, and those things don't necessarily exist, or actually don't exist really in friends. Friends can phone you really any time, and you have to boundary if it's at work, but they don't make an appointment to see you, for example. You don't need to put it in the diary in that same way. So yeah, keeping the rules simple helps to give people clear direction, give yourself, give everybody clear direction. But at the same time it is important to then maintain that authenticity, the emotional intelligence, the networking, the connections. It's all about collaboration these days, so that we have to be authentic in our relationships. And that also means being honest about the boundaries of relationships. Not setting up false expectations about what you can and can't do. And then being clear about maybe a member of staff who's having issues about maybe they should go and talk to their friends about this rather than their colleagues. That too much disclosure about certain issues is counterproductive. It leaves them very exposed themselves personally, very vulnerable personally. But it's also not something that colleagues can take on at work. So there's a few thoughts and ideas. If you've got some more experiences, do send them to me, email them to me, noel@noelmcdermott.net, use the link above. Be interesting to hear about your experiences, and maybe I can write a blog about that. Thanks for dropping by. Hope to see you again sometime. Bye-bye.